Okay. Assuming, let's say, this is the 3D isometric view of your house or any building that you are trying to do. Okay. So first of all, let me clarify for everyone. This is not in isometric. That much you should be very sure as of now. I'm just giving this only for demonstration purpose. Okay. So you should not get confused how this is isometric. Anyway, fine. Let's see. I can make a little bit more clean drawing. Okay. Now, initially what I said is you should make the massing. Okay, this is called massing, where all the three-dimensional volume of the building that you are trying to do is done in an isometric drawing. Okay, later I said maybe you can add wall. I said do the detailing. Okay, I said do the detailing. When we say do the detailing, we should show let's say windows, any projections. I'll write here windows or projections, or let's say wall thickness, so on and so forth. Now let us see how do we add windows. Of course you will be able to do that, I believe. Let's say you have already drawn elevations of this. Let's say I'll just draw some theoretical very quickly how it looks. Okay, this is the upper part, and this is the second part, and the third part. And let us say I have measured it, and from this particular wall, and there is a window, big window, let's say big window here, and let's say here we don't have any window. Let's say there is some corridor kind of thing which is extending all the way, and we have windows on this wall. And here let us say again, let's say there's just an opening here which through which they can come to the terrace. Okay, so probably in the elevations, okay, you must have drawn this. Now how do we take this into 3D? And of course it's not again rocket science. What you will do, you will measure what is the distance here and what is the distance here, what is the height. Okay, and of course you will try to map it, okay, depending on sorry, it's not looking good. Let's erase this. You're supposed to do in detail. Let me just quickly sketch, and then we'll try to do in a detailed manner. See, this is slightly inside, so I'm not able to, let's say if I have to draw, I may have to draw something like this. Okay, so what I do is I will just leave it here. Let's do the window, this part, so that we are clear. Assuming that this is going to be a balcony, okay, and there is a cutout like this. Okay, and it is extending on all sides. Sorry, these two sides. Let's say this is an opening. Okay, many of you must have drawn this, where you must have shown 2D drawings like this. And for some of you who sent images of their drawing, I said this is okay, we need to add 3D. How do we add 3D? How do we make it 3D is you should add thickness of the wall. Let's say you have 9 inches thickness for the wall. Okay, you just add thickness for this. Now what happens, it is we are showing that okay, this is the depth of this particular wall. This is the depth of the this particular skin. Okay, similarly let's add some thickness. Okay, so this becomes the thickness of the wall, and now it looks 3D. Okay, but still it looks hollow from inside. So let us say there is an okay, this is balcony area, okay, which is probably not visible. Let's say it ends here, okay, which is also visible for us. Now theoretically, let's say I'll just change the color just to make it no. Okay, it's not looking good, so let it be as it is. So actually this is the wall, okay, this is the wall that you see, and this is the balcony, and people can stand here and view. Okay, that's how it is. So that's what I have done here. Okay, now let us say we'll add one window here. Okay, how does it look? Let's say probably all the windows are more or less will be on same height. Okay, so you can use a guideline and mark the height, and using the elevation, you know how far, what is the distance from this the edge of the building to this window. You mark it here and then draw that line. You by elevation you already know what is the width of the window. Measure it here, add the window. Okay, and just let me erase this part so that it is slightly better. Okay, and again here this is not correct. I said this is 2D, we have to make 3D. How do we make 3D? Like the same way how we have done here. Let's say in this case, again I'll just add the first thing, depth of the wall. Okay, and let us say we just have two dividers. This is a big divider, and let's say there's some horizontal divider as well for the window. So 3 lines showing the depth of the window. So this is, let's say this are glass. Sorry, 1 second, I have something wrong. Yeah, these are glass that you see, and this is the opening and the window detailing. Okay, so that's how you add the detail. I'll just do a blown up details for this. Let us first understand how do we add details, and then we do the detailing. We'll look at very closely how it looks like. Okay, fine. This is one. Okay, let's come back to this. Okay, one is, we said you add windows, and that's how you add windows. Or you have balconies, you add balconies as well. Let's say some railing. Add thickness to the railing. Don't draw single line. I'll show the blown up detail for this, blown up detail for this. Okay, so both will try to see, but let's understand overall how do we do that. So windows, projections. Let's say projection is nothing but, let's say you have some element here, okay, which is extending as your car parking. Okay, and let's say let me erase this, probably these, because it will create confusion. Okay, So quickly, so I'll just finish this. What I have done is I have just extended some part from here, which is let's say is kind of a roof for the parking that we have. I'm just adding thickness. Okay, so let's say these are our sheets. Just draw a line, and there's a column to support. Okay, so this is just a roof projection showing there's an element like projection, or you have a window and window have shading element. Show the that's why first we should have we should do all this work using H pencil, and then we should get into this, because otherwise the same kind of issue that you will face. My pencil is stuck. Yeah, no, it works. Let's see. Okay, so this is thickness. Fine. So projections can also be added. Wall thickness. Now here wall thickness we have added here. We have added here, we have added here, we have added here, we have added here as well. Parapet also we can add, right? Parapet also has wall thickness, isn't it? So let's say I'm just adding, let's say this is the depth of the parapet wall. What I'm going to do is I'm just adding a thickness. How much is the thickness? It is the size of the wall that you have. What is the size of the wall? Normally it's 230 millimeters or 23 centimeters or 9 inch. You can adapt any one of it. Okay, so let's add thickness here as well. Now you can see automatically you feel a three-dimensional element there. Okay, let's say these are roof tiles, whatever. Okay, and we said we have some opening here. Sorry, we said we have some opening here. So let's add that opening. We measure it. Let's say this is okay. Again, this will also have thickness. I'll just add thickness, and then I'll show that there is some opening here. Let's say I'll just add some grids. Let's say it is metal door. Okay, so of course even this will have some wall thickness. I'll just draw wall thickness. It will have, of course, depth. Okay, so you just okay, I don't have a copy of the initial drawing that I made, or maybe I can do that again. So what has happened? Okay, let's say I can quickly make this. Sorry. Okay, so I'll just quickly make the drawing that we did initially. What we did, we just made cuboid like this. Okay, okay, and okay, this was our initial drawing. Okay, from here we have made this. Okay, so why did I ask you to make this? This is the basic thing. Okay, so once you do this, you will not make any further mistakes on this. Fine. So adding window and all is all parallel. For example, let's say if I have to add window here, what I do, I just have to draw a parallel line for this. Height, how do you set the height? Draw parallel line for this. Draw parallel line for this. So it is easy. You don't have to change anything. It becomes easy for you to do that. Okay, so get this first and then convert this into 3D drawings like this. Okay, now let's say this is still not a very great detailed drawing that we are making. It is still of course this is better than the block model that you see here. This is slightly better. We have added some details, but if you look at the drawings very closely, let's say we are just drawing a window. Okay, let's say this is the window in a big wall. Okay, then both are wrong. Okay, let's do this first. Okay, this is the wall. In that we have a window like this. Okay, let's say window ends here. Now what is the first thing I said? The first thing I said is add the thickness, right? Thickness of the wall. How do we add the thickness of the wall? I said let's say if it is this, you add thickness. This is becoming a perspective. It's not correct. It's not correct, sorry. Let's say I draw it like this. I want to draw something big. Okay. Okay, this is the wall. In that, let's say it is continuing wall somewhere, and we have a window here. Okay, and this is, let's say this is the edge of the building. We have a window here. Parallel lines. Okay, this and this are parallel. This and this are parallel. This and this are parallel. This line is, of course, all three are parallel. Now this much probably you will be able to do. Now how do we add thickness? We should add thickness here. Measure the uh, length. Okay, what is this length? What is this angle? Okay, again this is, if I draw a ground line here, this will be 30 degree. Okay, I hope you are not making mistakes on that. Fine. So I have added thickness here, so I can see only two lines, right? Only this part will be visible and this part will be visible. So again, this and this are parallel, this line and this line are parallel. Okay, now we have added the wall part. If you actually see the window, let's say we'll draw one simple window. Let's say this is the opening of the window. What do you see? You have a frame. Okay, let me draw, let's say black. Sorry, one second. This is only for demonstration. Please do not follow what I'm doing. I'm just trying to explain things. So let us say this is the opening of the window. Okay. No, it's too thick. Let me do this one. Okay. Let's say this is the opening that you have marked in the window. Okay. So if you actually see, window will be touching the boundary. Yes? Somebody have any doubt? Someone's mic is turned on. Kindly check. Parag. Our host can mute it actually. Okay, so let's say this is the frame. Okay, we may have vertical element as well, and we may also have horizontal elements as well, right? And let's say this is just a frame. Within that you have shutters, okay, and you have a glass. Okay, so if I have to highlight it, this is the glass portion. Okay, we have a first part that is this shutter, and you have another part which is called frame. Okay, we have frame, we have shutters, we have glass. Okay, in fact more detailing can be done on that. Okay, so if you actually, let us say, if you take a section here, what is section? Cutting across, right? Cutting across a 3D and looking at from a given direction. Let's say if I have to draw a section of this in a 3D, what we will see, let's say we have first frame, wooden frame, right? Let's say this part. We have a frame. I'll just draw a smaller one so that it fits into the screen. Confusing. One second. It's confusing for myself, so let me do it again. Let's do the outline first, since we are doing only section. So what I do is I'll do only 3D, okay, so that it becomes easy for modeling, so making it look three-dimensional. Okay, so this is the first part. Which is frame. Okay, so let's say this is A. Okay, this is what we have done, this A, and it is continuing like this. Okay, and then you can see this box. Okay, fine. In second, we also have something called shutters, right? So I'm just drawing from the bottom. Let's say the shutters can be placed. If you see in plan, this is wall. I think we need more space. Let's say this is the entire house plan or entire room plan, and then we have a window here. Okay, what do we show it like this? Okay, but if you zoom this part, if I just zoom this here, okay, how does it look? We have a wall like this, right? You can see this part. Okay, and then we have window, and it is ending like this. Let's do that. So we have window. Let's make window small only. Okay, let's say here, and till again wall begins. When you do detailing also, what is the correct way of doing the details is, you should show wall thickness like this. Okay, window, you should not use this line. Okay, this line. The system is responding very slowly. Yeah, this should be there. That's correct. This line should not be drawn using the same thickness. Wrong. Okay, this should be drawn in the hidden in the guideline only. Why? If I take what is plan, we have discussed before also. We have this room, and we have a window here. Okay, and we are in the section, in the plan. What we do, we cut this 3D here. We can cut this 3D here. Yeah, and then we are looking down, right? So if you actually see, when we cut through this window, we are actually not cutting anything here. There is no wall here. There is no wall to cut. So whatever portion which is cut is actually shown in thicker lines, like this, and the portion which is not cut is shown in as elevation lines. Okay, so in window we have wall, Okay, this is wall that we have cut, that's visible. Here we have nothing to cut. Okay, so we are just leaving it as it is, but we have to do window here. For window again, what I'll do is I'll just do blow up of this part alone down, so that we can discuss in detail. What I'm going to do is I'll just add wall. Okay, and I said the window line should be drawn in a elevation line. Okay, and the window ends here. Okay, so again we have wall starting from here. Okay, so how do you show the window in 2D? How you show window is, there are certain things that you should know. First, what are the components that we saw here? There are three things we saw, right? We saw something called frame, we saw something called shutters, we saw something called glass panel area, right? So all that we need to show in the plan. If you are detailing it out to that scale, okay? In all scale this is not visible, right? So it depends on what is the scale in which you are drawing. So what I'll do is, since it is going to be rough initial work, I'll just continue to draw with, let's say, H pencil. Okay, this is the thickness of the frame. Okay, so again, okay, this is the thickness of the frame, and if you go and observe the window, sometimes the window shutters will be kept outside. Let's say if it is opening outside, or it will be kept inside if the windows are opening inside. So let us assume now the shutters are kept inside. Okay, you will see a detailing like this. This is frame. Okay, and you will see the window shutters kept here. Okay, so within this window shutter also, okay, we had glass panel, right? We had glass area. So there will be, okay, let us first discuss frame itself. How does it look? I think now you should be able to relate this. Okay, we have frame, we have drawn frame. Okay, if you cut the frame here, okay, and this is not in detail, so we will get to see frames like this. Okay, so that's the first part. Okay, we have frame, which is looking something like this, and in fact there should be one more line showing the depth. It's like this. Okay, fine. Now we have to keep a shutter here. Let's window panel, I'm just drawing outside for our understanding. Let's say this is again wooden frame, and within that we have glass panel. three components are there. So again we have a shutter. You can see this box, entire box as shutter, and in between we have a glass portion, let's say from here to here. So this is okay, maybe I can use blue. This is glass portion, okay, and this is the window shutter, and this is the frame. Okay, this is now again which part has to be darkened. Ideally what we do is we darken this part, this is glass. You can draw double line or a thick line. This part and frame part. Okay, this is actually the detail, but since we are not drawing, when we will get to see this kind of detailing, if you are drawing this in, let's say, 1:20, okay, I think many of you are drawing in 1:100 or at the max 1:50. Okay, so in 1:50 and all, it is not possible to get to see like this, a detailing like this. So in 1:100 in the scale that you are drawing, what you should be doing is this, of course you should follow the wall thickness should be thick, okay, and let's say I continue here, wall continues, but the window is only till here. You draw window line here, okay, just draw slightly thick two lines in the middle indicating this is a window. Okay, this is good enough. Don't do like this. Probably in 1:100 scale, not probably, in 1:100 scale this will not be visible at all. It will be impossible to do this kind of detailing. Okay, so now when you do the 3D also, okay, this kind of detailing has to be done. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, we were drawing that only, we went somewhere. Okay, yeah, this is what it is. Okay, we have got a frame. Now we can see only two frames. Okay, as per isometric drawing, we are able to see only two frames for drawing, right? So what we need to do, of course, the frame will be visible, right? So I'll add frame thickness. Okay, so I use the same horizontal reference. I'll add thickness. Okay, let's say we add, how do we add thickness here? Where is this? Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just trying to add thickness. Let's say these are two frames, and I'm just adding thickness for the window. Okay, so just this part where you see the 3D, base of the frame, thickness of the frame. Okay, now if I see here, this is something like this. Okay, that's what you see here. Okay, now additional things, you can just put another frame. It's not good enough to draw two lines, we have to have this thickness also. Okay, so what is that? It's just adding thickness. So if I take section, this is how it looks like. Okay, you can add horizontal thickness. It's not visible, so okay, so we have window part here, we have window part here. Okay, so this is how we do detailing for windows. Is it clear for everyone? Okay, so I'm not expecting that you will do these detailings, okay, because I know the scale at which you are doing, probably you may end up doing only this much. That's fine. You can do only up to this much. And also, yeah, this part, railing part, please do not do like this. Let's say this is the balcony part. Okay, let's say we have balcony here, from here, let's say, okay, and let's say from wall, okay, we have some frame like this. Okay, we have balconies here. Kindly do not do just draw a single line and draw another line and say, sir, this is railing. This is actually criminal error. There is nothing like that, but I would say this is a criminal error. Why? Everything has got a thickness. Okay, railing, right, has a thickness, right? If I do the zoom, if you do that, let's say if you blow up that section, how does it look like? Let's say even this is small, I'm drawing here. This is top of the railing. It has got thickness, okay, where we keep our hands, and we have railing that also has got thickness, right? Maybe it is in 3 centimeters, 2 centimeters, 5 centimeters, but still that's the thickness, right? Even 1 centimeter is a thickness. So anything that you draw in 3D should have thickness, dimensional representation for that. Okay, so kindly keep that in mind. Okay, fine. So yeah, I think somebody asked one question, so we went. Okay, now the question is, fine, this is an individual house and we are doing all that, fine. Now you have one apartment which is, let's say, 15 floors. What do we do? We do the same thing like what we have done for individual house as well. Okay, so all the more it is easy for the ones who are trying to do this, because it's going to be equal horizontal lines, divisions, okay, depending on the number of floors. You can show the number of floors, okay, and of course the windows are going to be in the same line. Draw windows on the same line. You can in fact draw a guideline throughout, okay, and then try to draw windows. Get the outline first, okay? Detailings we will add later. Okay, let's say we have window here as well. Get that done. Okay, once you are done this, even if it is in 1:100 scale, okay, just add only thickness. Again, don't add more thickness here, something like this, and add little bit of thickness here. Wall is going to be the same for all the floors. So don't be lazy and just randomly do like I am doing. What you need to do, you can just draw a guideline and add the wall thickness. Okay, what else can be done by the people who are having this kind of thing? You can of course add the headroom. Let's say let us first add the terrace, parapet wall, okay, and probably let's say there's a headroom. Headroom will also have some parapet wall. Show all that. If there will be definitely an opening, add details in for that. Just show an indication for the terrace. Okay, what else can be done? Probably if you have a lot of space left here, you add the compound wall. Let's say it's like this. Add thickness of the compound wall. Okay, and let's say there is some division for green in your apartment. Just show this. Don't hatch anything, just put a line saying that this is different area, or let's say this is paved area. Add draw grids showing this paved area, and let's say there's some greenery here and this some walkway here. Okay, just draw little more detailed layout in the white the area that you have left in the drawing sheet. Okay, let's say this is your drawing sheet. Probably you do this in the portrait format. That will be better. In horizontal format, what will happen is you are already restricted by height, right? You are leaving some space for writing and you are left only with this space. Okay, so effectively let us say this is if this is going to be 30 centimeters, okay, 5 centimeters you are doing for writing and another 1-2 centimeters for the margin. So how much? 7 centimeter has gone. It's only 21 centimeter, but we can't draw like this as well. Let's say this is the sheet and this is my 1 centimeter boundary, not boundary, sorry, the margin, and this is where I'm writing. We can't draw like this also, right? We can't draw like this also. This is also terrible. We within this drawing sheet, let's say you have left space for writing, you have left some breathing space for the sheet, and you should leave some breathing space for your drawing also. Don't draw, but you should leave. Okay, this should be there in your mind. Okay, just some breathing space between this gap and this gap, which again can be another 1 centimeter. Okay, so effectively what is happening is just 1 second. Okay, so leave some space for drawing, breathing space for the drawing as well. Okay, and but don't draw it. This should be there in your mind when you draw it. Okay, so effectively, what has happened? We had 30 centimeter width. Height. Let's say we are talking from landscape drawings. We had 30 centimeter. That's the total sheet length. 7 centimeter we have already left for margin and the drawing, and another 2 centimeter imaginary breathing space that we have left. Okay, so which means one third of the width of the drawing is we are leaving it. Okay, so we are left only with effectively 20 centimeters. Okay, so I think you should think before you draw whether the building is going to be like this, or the building is going to be like this. Okay, I think for one of your classmate I told when he or she had similar issues, what I said is let's say you already know this is what you're going to draw. Okay, you know what is the height briefly, what is the total height that you're going to do. Let's say I'll just draw one very, not in the sheet, maybe you can sketch it in your some rough note before you do this. Let's say I'm just drawing. Okay, this is going to be the height, total height of my drawing. Okay, and this is going to be my height, and this is going to be the total length. Okay, I already know that, so you can do that first. Okay, in isometric you can draw. Okay, this is going to be imaginary. Okay, this is the total length and width of my drawing, beyond which I am not exceeding. Okay, first you should get this right. Okay, this I'm going to compose it like this. This is what I want to show. Okay, I have some space left, which is for writing and other things. Okay, don't start something and then start adding windows, doors, and then say, sir, there is half of the building is not visible here. That's the mistake. Okay, any other questions?
Sir, if we are living in an apartment, are we supposed to draw just our?
Sorry?
Sir, for example, I am living in an apartment that has one floor, ground plus one floor.
Okay.
And what I did was I did just my home. I did just my home in perspective block view.
Okay, that's okay. Then in that case, let us say, okay, this is also another. But I think if you are doing that, my suggestion is, okay, now I hope you were listening when I said how do we draw this for apartment. Okay,
yes.
Now the question is, I have not done like this. What I have done is, this is my floor where I am living. I have done only this. What do we do? For that also, yes, that's also you can do. In fact, everybody can do. Here what you need to do is, I'll tell you what kind of detailing is required when you're doing something like this. My suggestion is, let's say this is your layout. This is your floor layout that you have drawn. Let's say who is that humming? Okay, let's say you have done this. This is how your floor I think some of you have done this, I have seen. Okay, and let's say
Sir, are we considering that the ceiling is still intact to the plan?
if you do that, how you will see inside?
Yeah, then why are we drawing the dotted lines?
This line, just to get the profile right.
Yeah, sir, but like dotted lines are needed only where the wall is, obstructing our view, but in the whole length we are not in need of dotted line, right?
No, 1 second.
Yeah, sure.
I think you are confused, I guess. Let's see, 1 second, just 1 second. I'll let me explain, and then if you have doubt, you can further ask. Let's say this is going to be no, these are walls. Okay, so let's say some of you have done like this. Now what you need to do is we need to add wall thickness. Okay, so what I do is let me, maybe I'll use slightly thicker line, or let's say we go for this. Okay, I'm just adding wall thickness. In fact, what I would suggest is everybody do your floor level like this also, and you do the massing also. Okay, so that you get to know how to draw both. Okay, so we have got the, let us assume we have got the thickness for the wall. Is this the way to do? Ideally this is not the way to do. Okay, if you are adding wall thickness, what we need is we need the internal line first. Okay, don't add this line second. Okay, you should draw this as a first line. Okay, let me explain again. If this is the floor that you are trying to do, if you're going to show internal layouts, don't start drawing the outer lines. Draw the internal lines. For example, let's say in plan there are two lines, right? One is the external line, the second one is the internal line. When you are drawing something like this, please don't start with the external line, because we will have issues like this, which I had just now. Let me explain what is the issue, and then you will also know where I have gone wrong. See, I have added the thickness here. Sorry, the system is getting hanged. Okay, I just added thickness here, and again I have to make this, and again I have to make thickness all over again. Okay, so my suggestion would be, it's better you start with the internal line. Okay, let's do that. Let's say these are internal lines, internal wall lines of your floor. Okay, now I can first add internal details, let's say whichever is visible for me. Okay, so if I just add thickness, this is thickness, it becomes easy for me to avoid excess lines. No, this is also wrong. I should go here, add thickness, add thickness. Okay, so here I can do other part. Okay, now it's clean. Otherwise, what will happen? Okay, here we have missed it. Yeah, here we have missed it. Yes, it's all clean now. If we start drawing from outside to inside, what is happening is or don't draw the height, just draw a double line first, and then you can still do it correctly. I think, yeah, this strategy you can adapt. Draw thickness first in 2D, okay, and then just complete the drawing. Yeah, I think you can do that. That seems to be more easier than what I have been explaining. Just let's say if you have floor plans like this, whatever, let's say it is like this also, just add wall thickness in the 2D base itself. Okay, and then just add the depth. Yeah, perfect. Fine. So those who are doing only this floor plan.
Sir, but actually there's another doubt right now, like if we go with the floor plan, then what about the, the orthographic view?
What about the orthographic view means?
Will it just be rectangles? Like if we project these sides, like if we see from the right side or from the front elevation, it will be just rectangles with vertical lines dividing them, right?
No, you add the windows, you
Windows,
add the
okay.
openings,
Yeah, okay.
you add
Correct.
openings and then draw that.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Not inside. Yeah. Is it clear for everyone?
Sir, here should we like leave these walls or should we draw internal room walls also?
You can draw internal walls also. See, there is no. This is how. See, I just told you how to draw this. Okay. If I also told you in the next level. How do we? Where is it? Yeah, this is how we started. Okay, so you know how to draw this. I told you how to draw window detailing. Okay, so depending on the understanding that you have, you add more details. The more details that you have, you add, the better it is. Okay, I don't know whether maybe let's see. I can if we can. Random image, if we can see. I think many of you may end up doing something like this. You can do this also. You can do this in isometric. If you have understood, you can do something like this also. I don't mind. Don't render. Let me tell you what kind of drawings you can do. This is image. We are looking for drawings. This is precise example of what is a projection. Okay, so we have 3D orthographic drawing. Right, so we have a 3D. Once you project what you see here from the front, from this side, that's how it looks like. You can do this, something like this. You can do something like this. See, this is just a toilet. Okay, so you look at the detailing here. So here the ventilator is shown, ventilator thickness is shown, glass is visible, and there is something here, and I think this is light, that's also visible, glass is there. Okay, and there are some what do you call, something in the utility is there. Okay, and you can see basin knob as well. Okay, but I'm not expecting you to do this. Okay, I have seen people horribly draw buckets, mugs in the toilets. Okay, please don't do that. I'm not expecting to do that. I'm telling you, this can be done. If you know how to do, it can be done. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. What is the level of detailing you want to go? I'll leave it to you. Okay, so it depends on your understanding. If you have still not figured it out how it is done, you can still do first block model and then see how you can take it further. That's also fine for me. But there is no end to this. There is no, okay, this is good enough or this is not good enough. There's nothing like that. See, furnitures and all I'm not expecting, because I don't want you to do that. You can do this. Okay, you can do something like this. That's also fine. Absolutely fine. This is, of course, this is a sketch, but this can be definitely converted into a drawing, right? I think this is probably like axonometric drawing. It can be very well done. All this drawing, these are actually isometric or axonometric drawing can be done. You can do something like this also. Perfect example for what we can do. So you have furnitures, you have lines, you have depth showing windows, you have depth showing openings, kitchen counters, all can be done. And the procedure is same. The procedure is same. Okay, so this is actually a medium, like I told in the beginning. I'll show you a little more. Isometric architecture, city drawings. Let's see city drawings. You can do this also if you are fine. I have given this exercise to planning students to do something like this. I'm taking the same class for planning students also. I told them, why don't you model the isometric drawing, why don't you draw isometric drawing of your neighborhood. Okay, so you can do this. There is something wrong in this, in the windows. Can you tell me what is wrong? Not wrong. I think there's something is missing in the windows. What is missing?
Sunshades.
Depth. Yeah, please write it down somewhere and keep it depth. Don't draw 2D drawings. We need to show 3D drawings. We need to show depth. Should look 3-dimensional, not 2-dimensional. I'm not stopping you guys also to not to do something like this. You can still do. I don't have any restrictions at all. It depends on your understanding. If you are still in the block level, no issues. You first figure out how do you draw isometric drawings in block level, and if you have developed your understanding more and you want to do little more than this, you can go to any extent. I don't have any issues. Okay, you can do like this also. You want to show furnitures, walls separately, like this also you can do. I don't, there's no restriction. Okay, only thing is I just want to know whether you have understood this technique or not. That I can able to see just by looking at your drawing whether you are doing it correctly or not. Okay, yeah. Any other questions? Is it getting recorded? Yeah, it is getting recorded.
Sir, can you show how to draw a slanted roof in isometric drawing?
Okay. Where do we go for that? Maybe we can go to AutoCAD. Slanted roof is not difficult. It doesn't look neat in the isometric drawing. That's all. We have some. Okay. So I hope the screen is visible, and is my lines are clear? Is red line is okay, or shall I change the color? Red lines are visible for you? Clean and neat?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, now let us say the question is we have to draw some slanted roof. Let's draw something first. Let's say we have, okay, we have one small shed like this. Okay, so let's say okay, let us assume this is what we have. Okay, there's some shed like this. We want this in 3D. How do we do that? So let's also have plan for this. I'm just drawing the same thing. Let's say this, sorry. Okay, this is the length I have taken from the plan, sorry, elevation. Assume that this is the depth, okay, and also there is a roof line which is slightly outside the wall. Okay, it is extending till here. I use the same depth here. Okay, I'll keep this in a hidden line. Okay, just to show that this is roof line. Okay, and we have a pitch here, roof pitch. I'll just extend it here. Okay, so we have two side sloping roof. Okay, where we have a ridge in the middle, and this is the wall. Okay. This is the wall of the shed. Let's add little bit more. Let's say yes, some more. This is the entry to the opening, to the shed. I'm not showing how to draw doors at the moment. I'll just leave it just like that, because I think these things you will learn little later. Let me leave it like this. This is a door entry, and let's put one small opening here. Okay, and like I said, this line should not be same as that of wall. I'm just keeping it in the hidden line. I said just draw two lines. Okay, so we have a door and we have a window. In your case, if you just leave this door also like this, don't draw anything more than this, just put it like this, and draw one rectangle equal to the size of this door. Okay, from this point. Okay, there is little more detailing to be done for door, but at the moment what you do is just draw two lines, hidden lines, draw one rectangle equal to the size of the opening. Okay, later what you should do is you should draw a circle. All that you will learn all these things I think you will learn later. For now I don't want you to spend time on that. Let's say just put an opening, draw two lines and draw a rectangle equal to the size of the opening in the window. Just draw like this. Okay, now we have already drawn the roof profile. Let's add the door. Okay, so let's say this is the height of the door, which I have just taken from the plan. Okay, fine. Now let's see how do we draw 3D for this. Okay, that's the question. Let's say I'll just add some thickness to this so that it doesn't look odd. Okay, there will be thickness for the roof also, right? So I'm just adding thickness so that it doesn't look odd. I'll just push this up. Okay, this is how the roof looks like. Okay, let us assume this is a sheet. Okay, we have some sheet as a roofing material, and how do we draw isometric drawing for that? What I do first, always draw a ground line. Okay, draw a 30-degree line. Okay, both the side. Okay, this is the basic. Fine. Draw as big as possible. Because we are drawing using H pencil. There's no issue. Okay, just draw from this point 30-degree line extending maybe end of your sheet. Again, extending 30-degree line extending from this point to end of your sheet. Now let us measure this depth. What is the depth total? Is 24. So I'm going to use this depth. Okay, I'll measure it here and mark it here. Okay, this is the depth. What is the width? Measure and mark it in this line. I have got my base ready. Okay, so this is outer line that I wanted. I got it now. So what is the thickness? Measure the wall, add thickness. Okay, this is wall. See, this is not required if you are doing only external massing. Wall thickness is required if you are doing internal layout. Okay, let's not do internal. Let's do only external massing. So in that case, wall thickness is not required. So only outer profile is enough. Now what we need is the height, right? So in order to get height, what I'll do is I'll do two things. One, I'll measure from one height here. I'll keep a measurement from here to here. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to make one imaginary cuboid. Okay, from this point, from this point to this point. Okay, which is okay. If you have not understood, let's say, let us draw one box like this. Okay, touching this roof, draw a box like this. Okay, now we have got an imaginary box. Okay, this is the box. Fine. Now let us make this box in 3D. Okay, let's do that. So what is the height? This height is, we have to measure this and draw it here. Okay, let's complete this. Okay, this is the imaginary overall 3D. Okay, so we have something here which actually ends here, right? So let's add here a line here, okay, till here. What I do is I'll check how much is the distance. Okay, so this is second line. Okay, we have got this. Now we need this line, center line. What I do again, this is actually the center of this object. I'll just draw center line, connect the center line, bring that center line down. Okay, now we have converted this into a simple 3D boxes. Okay, so here we have taken the external box. Now let us draw the internal box also. There is some gap, right, between the roof and the, which is 1 feet. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just draw what is the gap here, what is the gap we see here. Okay, what is the gap we see here. Now okay, I think is good enough. Using this frame or using this as a guide, let's complete the 3D. Okay, so what I do is I'll just keep this in the, assuming that we have, this is in the what do you call, the hedge pencil lines. Okay, now I'll use 2B pencil. Deliberately I'm trying to draw a little thicker line, okay, so that we all understand. Okay, first line, let us say, let's draw this. Okay, this is this line. Okay, then we have drawn this line. This roof will extend till here, so I'm just going to draw another line which is from this box. There's another line which is from this end to this end. Okay, now what we need to just connect this with this with this. Okay, roof we have got. Wall is actually in here, wall is not here, so I'm just going to draw vertical line. Done. Fine. I think this I think you should be able to add. Okay, I don't have to explain what is. Okay, or maybe let us do that. Let us do that. No issues. Let's say I'll put it as 0, and because I'll show you how much detailing we can do. Okay, so this is clear for everyone. How do we draw? Let's say if you have difficult or different roof profile, this is how you can convert this into box. Any shape. Let's say you have some shape like this. And if you want to draw this in isometric, how do you draw it? You have to conceptualize this as a box. Okay, so let's do this. Let's check whether we are able to do this. Okay, so this is the plan. I want this in isometric. Okay, I'll just keep little bit straight lines so that we can actually draw. Okay, these things can be fine. Is it touching? Yeah, it is touching. It is touching. Okay, now let's say this is the profile. Okay, so this is the profile of the house. I want this in isometric drawing. What I do is I'll make sure that this looks easy for me. Okay, so I have drawn this imaginary line. Okay, I'll draw more reference lines. Okay, wherever I feel that will help me in completing the drawing. Okay, is it good enough? Let's see. Let's begin and see whether we are able to do this. I'll just keep this in another. Is gray line visible for you or not? Is these lines visible?
Yes, sir.
Gray is also visible?
Yeah, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, or should I put it in yellow?
No, this is fine, sir.
Oh, fine, right? Okay, good. So let's see how do we draw this. Again, let me bring this ground line. I'm just drawing this ground line. Okay, now I need 30-degree line. Sorry, it's getting stuck again. Okay, so I have drawn one 30-degree line this side, 30-degree line this side. Okay, now what I do is, fine, let us first draw this outer line from here to here. So from here to here, what is the depth? This is the depth. Okay, done. Sorry, what is the length? And this is the depth, width, whatever they call it. Okay, so this is the width. Okay, so we have got the outer profile now. Now we need this measurement. Okay, so I do a measurement here. Okay, I'll just mark it here. So this is one of the points. Okay, now we have got this. We need this. This is the second point. Remove this. Now we need this point. Again, let's say I'll take from reference from here. Okay, I mark it here. So this we have got. Now we need this. So we don't have reference for that. What I do is I'll just draw one line here. and bring it to this point. And is it possible to do that? Yeah. So we need another reference line from here, maybe. Okay. Extend it. Okay. So yeah, from here at X location, from here some X location. So let's draw that from here to here. Okay, and from here to here. Okay, so this is the intersection point. I am marking it here. Done. We need this line. Let's take reference from this side and this side now. I'll take from here, then we'll take from here. This is the intersection point. So we have got this point as well. Now this point, this is easy. We already have this box. So this is this edge. Okay, we need this point again from this to this point. Okay, this edge again from here to here. Okay, so I think we have got all the profile. Did we? No, this point, this point also we have already taken. Okay, so let's construct the line. There's a line here. This is going to be straight line. There's going to be connection here. This is going to be here and here, here, here. We are missing some point here. Yes. Okay, so did we miss any other point? No, I think so. Let's check from here counterclockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's why it is wrong. Okay. Where did we miss? We have this, we have this, we have this, we have this, we have this. Okay, here. Here we need, yeah, this is the error. Okay, so I think offset, sorry, from here to here, or let's do 1, 2, this point, 2 points, okay, and this point now. I think this should be fine now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So let's move from here again we are missing some point here. This is done. Oh, this point. Yes, that's right. Okay, fine. One. Yes. Okay, so we have got it here till here, and then it comes here and goes up, and yes. Okay, so that's how it looks in isometric drawing. Okay, so you can see if you have distorted shapes, okay, if it is not an orthogonal shape, you can see how the shape of the actual drawing changes. Okay, so ideally that's why we go for more orthogonal drawings than these kind of drawings. Why I am trying to show this is we can do any drawing. Okay, it's not that we will not be able to do. It's possible to do all this. Okay, so now it is easy after this, right? So if you want to add height, it's all about, let's say I'll just remove this just to look, and okay, let's add from outside or inside. Okay, again we need the same profile, and then let's say we have an object like this. Sorry. This is the height of the building. Okay, just to show you even these things are possible. Okay, so probably if we remove all this, sorry, if we can just remove this, yeah, this also, yeah. So that's how it looks in 3D. Okay, so any object can be drawn, it's not a big deal. How do? We just have to think a little bit and then convert this into grids, and then do your work. Okay, so of course, can you do isometric of this? Of course not of these lines, maybe not that easy to do, but we can do. But only thing is, in isometric drawing these things will look even weird than how it is looking in 2D. Okay, this shape itself is looking very different, right? So that's one thing that you should keep in mind. Okay, complexity, if you have complex shape, that's how you manage it.
And what about curves, sir?
I just told you, same procedure. Okay, any other questions? Okay, then if there are no questions, we can close it for the day, and kindly